Buenas tardes, raza. Ya son las 12:30. Quiero que sepan que ahora amanecí con la Arizona Tea. Tengo que empezar a tomar té verde en preparación para los exámenes que me van a hacer el viernes, raza. Pero les quiero decir, Dios es tan bueno. La pinta Soledad estaba jodiendo, raza. ¡Ey! El estafiate de la cerca lo tienes que quitar. Lo tienes que quitar de la cerca. Ya estaba jodiendo. Desde ayer empezó, raza. Oh, pinche Soledad, yo no lo quiero hacer. Pues alguien lo tiene que hacer, pendeja. Aquí no hay ni rey ni roque ni quien te maneje el troque. Eso tienes que salirte para afuera porque yo no lo voy a hacer, me estaba diciendo la pinche Soledad. Ayer corté todo el estafiate, pero no lo recogí. Porque esa pendeja no me va a decir a mí cuando haga las cosas. Y que salgo para afuera ahorita, hace ratito. Y raza, miren, ando mojada. Empezó a chispotear allá afuera y estaba en friega. Recogiendo el pinto estafiate que había cortado ayer y había dejado ahí donde estaba. Y lo amontoné para allá para atrás porque vamos a quemar estafiate el jueves. Ese ya estaba ensemillado y cosas así. Ya lo tenía que quitar, en verdad se miraba mal, pero yo no lo quería recoger todavía, raza. No más que la pinche Soledad no me deja. Empieza a fregar y a fregar y a fregar y yo estoy tratando de jugar mi juego en el teléfono y no. Tuve que salir para afuera y mojarme. Me metí para adentro, me hice un chicken sandwich y un té. Hi everybody. I hope your day started off really nice. Mine, loneliness was already screwing me over yesterday about the yard. And she don't stop. She don't stop. And she's like, hey, stupid fool, you don't have nobody here to cut the yard. You gotta go do it because I'm not gonna do it. She kept at it. I had to cut the sage from the fence line because we're going to have a TikTok live on Thursday. So I needed to cut the sage away from that fence line because it's on the sidewalk that enters to the back of my yard. And that's where we're going to have the TikTok show. And so yesterday I decided to cut all the sage, but I left it there because stupid loneliness is not going to tell me when to do work. So I left the stupid sage there on the side, just cut. Well, I decided this morning because she started fooling around with me again in my brain. Hey, ding dong. Ain't nobody gonna pick up the sage. You better get your ass out there. So after 12, I got my ass out there. And then as soon as I started picking up the stupid sage, it started sprinkling on my ass. So I hurried up and moved the sage where I had it, where I wanted it, because we're going to be burning sage on Thursday for Halloween, for our Halloween show. Of course, we're going to be burning wood and we're going to be burning a lot of stuff, but we needed the sage back there. So that's why I was cutting it. It had seeded. It was already seedy sage. It's not sage that you would use inside. You know, it's like if you want to do an energy cleaning in your house, you need the good type of sage, the fresh new leaves and all that. And I have that in bundles. Don't think that I don't, but I like the way it looks on my fence line and I let it seed. So it's like, I cut it back and I pushed it over there as fast as I could because I got wet, as you can see. So I'm drinking Arizona tea because I'm getting ready for 2 procedures on Friday. So, but that's after our Halloween show, so, And I was like, I need to do all this stuff. But it's done. The sage is moved. And then I'm going to have to assemble two of them. Big old skeletons. So I'm going to get ready to assemble that in a minute. And the witches, I'm going to take them out from their little closet that they're in. Or, no, they're not in a closet. They're in the back room in a bed. They're on one of the beds that never gets used in this house. But I need to take them out, brush their hair, and get them ready for Thursday. Don't forget, we're going to have a TikTok live. We will also be going live on my YouTube channel. We will not be using Pavo Reales Unidos channel. We will be using my channel. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you want to join the live chat, you will have to subscribe and be subscribed for 5 minutes in order to chat with anyone that's on there. And usually our live chats will go all over, so you can talk to whoever's there. But you do have to be subscribed for 5 minutes or more on my channel on YouTube, which is on this link. There's a link on my bio here. So, but I wanted to let you all know that, hey, life keeps going, and I'm hoping that we don't get rained on Thursday. But if we do, it's okay. We're still going to do a live show on TikTok, and we're still going to be doing a live show on YouTube. But it will not be on Pavo Reales Unidos. It will be on my channel on YouTube. And if you want to know what channel I have on YouTube, it's on here. The link is on here. But yeah, that loneliness, she bugs me to heck about this yard. And, you know, I can see why. Because I tell people, 99% of the people that pass by that street, and I live on a pretty busy street, 99% of them see my yard. They're never going to come in here and see how cluttered I live or how uncluttered I live. But they do pass by there and see the yard. So I do have to keep it up. And now I have my neighbor, her husband comes and cuts from the fence line out, and then he does weed eating for me, and I love it because I don't like to cut from the fence to the street. Why? Because I think that part of the sidewalk, or there's no sidewalk there, but that part belongs to the city. It's not mine. It's not mine on my warranty for the house, on my warrant deed, on my house deed. So I don't like cutting it. But I can't let it look like hell, so he cuts it. And then when I notice that he cuts it, I'll go pay him. But it's like, my goodness. You know, it's like, oh, okay. Now, my nephew could do it, but he likes to be gaming all the time. So it's like, oh, yeah, Goito. I love you, Goito, but Tia needs you to do this. But that's okay. Tia can do a lot of things still on her own. So I'm just letting you all know we will have a Halloween show. And I will be showing you all how to make a magnet for money from a rosemary and a spell. Because I happen to have rosemary growing on my yard. So it's like, I try to keep that rosemary where people don't touch it, because these plants are so sensitive to energy that, you know, it just depends. If they get celosas. It's called like jealous or something about somebody else touching them. And I do have one that's kind of partly dried out. And I think somebody touched it because that one is like on this side of the house instead of that side of the house, where they would have to walk more into my fence line if they were to touch that other rosemary bush. So it's like, oh, yeah. And then I was looking and I have basil. I love it. I have rue, basil, and rosemary growing here. Y'all have a nice day. Disfruten el resto del día, raza. Tengo albahaca y tengo ruda.